All right, everyone, you are now watching live Primo Modelo TV, your online channel hosted by me. My name is 𝐐𝐄𝐄𝐍'𝐒 and I'm from the Philippines. Mabuhay, everyone. You are now watching on our official YouTube channel and also to our official Facebook page of Primo Modelo TV. And now you are watching as well, cross-posted on the official Facebook page of Little and Teen Glam International. And guess what, guys? We are now up again for another new interesting panel discussion to be live today. I mean tonight and yesterday to other countries because we have different time zones. But here in the Philippines, it's already nighttime and the time check it's 8:05 p.m. and that is 1:05 p.m. in Germany time. In South Africa, that is 2 p.m. And in Australia, it is already 11 p.m. And also, good evening to all the people who are now watching here on Primo Modelo TV and also to the Little and Teen Glam International. Catch them live on the next third edition of the LTGI and make sure to follow their updates on this official Facebook page, Little and Teen Glam International. If you are an interested participant and you'd like to join this prestigious pageant for kids and teens, this is the first festival pageant in the world. Please do message Little and Teen Glam International on their Instagram and Facebook. I'm sorry for the interruption. My internet is not really nice today. And I feel that here in Manila, in the Philippines, we are now on our dry season, which means it's already summer, guys, and we can't go out because unfortunately, we are going to be on a lockdown again tomorrow, March 29. And hello to our national director from Nepal. Hello, Miss Mohana Motekano. She says it's going 6 p.m. in Nepal. Yes, time check, it's 6 p.m. in Nepal today. So if you are watching, please don't forget to subscribe this YouTube channel of Primo Modelo TV to see more updates and interesting live streaming here on our Facebook page. And good evening to our one and only legendary photographer and media, Mr. Lito A. Calion. Hello, Sir Lito. Thank you so much for unending support to Primo Modelo Philippines. And yes, before anything else, I will be right back after this short break. All right, guys, we are now back after my 13 seconds break. Yes, and now I will be inviting here on screen our panel moderator for tonight's panel discussion. Please welcome the reigning Miss Teen Glam International 2020, Mariel PRION from the Philippines. Hello, good evening, Mariel.
Hi, good evening, Miss Mia. To all our viewers, hello, how are you? I hope you're comfortable for today's panel discussion.
All right, Mariel, I'm pretty excited because this, I heard this Queen's Conference panel discussion is a little bit different from way back to the first panel discussions you had before. And good evening to all the 18 viewers. Please don't forget to click the share button so we can share. Yes, so we can reach more teenagers because we are going to talk about, I'm not going to spoil this yet, but I will have Mariel tell you what is the panel discussion all about for today. All right, Mariel, please tell the viewers what should they need to expect for this panel discussion tonight, and what is the title and topic for this panel tonight.
All right, once again, good evening to everyone from the Philippines. So it's already 8 p.m. here, and for tonight's panel discussion, we'll be talking about Queen's Conference, Breaking Boundaries, #Gender Roles. So during the first week of March, we talked about the experiences of women. We had a wonderful panel with Arian, with Leandri, and also Miss Janice McGregor from Canada. And we talked about the struggles of being a woman, our experiences as women here in society. And what's interesting is we are ending Women's Month by hearing this time the side of men. What have they gone through? It's time to hear their side. What do they think of these gender roles? So it's going to be very interesting.
All right, that will be exciting. And who are the invited panel speakers for tonight, Mariel?
Okay, so our panel speakers for tonight, they are all guys, as you have seen on the poster. Well, first of all, we had my co-winner. His name is David Ressler. He is the current Mr. Teen Glam International 2020, followed by LINDRALPH Datos. He is the newly crowned Mr. Teen Glam Philippines 2020. And lastly, we have LITHEMBA TUTA, our current Mr. Teen Glam South Africa 2020. But unfortunately, Vincent Panguito, our co-winner as well, the second runner-up for the Mr. Teen, he will not be able to join us for tonight. I think it's because of the slow internet connection that we are having here right now.
Oh, that's too sad. So that means he's not going to join us for today.
Yes. So
Did
it's
he message you? Oh my God, Vincent, if you are hearing us tonight, I am really excited because I know that you will be here, one of the panel speakers, and I really miss you so much. And by the way, Vincent Panguito, the Mr. Teen Glam International Continental 2020. He is the reigning uh, second runner-up, no, for the Mr. Teen Glam category, and he is also the reigning Mr. Teen Glam Philippines 2019. He went with me, with us, Primo Modelo Philippines, together with the second runner-up Miss Teen Glam Philippines 2020 of the quarantine edition, together with LINDRALPH's colleagues. It's Arian Abarides. We went for a charity to the Blue Whale, and unfortunately, Mariel was not with us because of the COVID safety. We need to be safe. We need to ensure the safetyness, and I hope next time on our next charity to Blue Whale, which is the home for the abandoned female elderlies. It is located in Binangon ng Rizal, and if you'd like to help this old women, just imagine they are your mom, just imagine they are your grandmom who are now alone without the family, and they are now living in an old what do you call this, old age home. Yeah, I don't know what you call that in your place, but that is what it is. If you want to help, please do message Little and Teen Glam International Facebook page to send your help, or you can coordinate with us on Primo Modelo TV here on our Instagram and Facebook page. And by the way, we would like to greet Mabuhay Philippines to one of our national directors from Thailand. Hello, Bu. Hello, two ladies. How are
hi,
you? We
dear.
are
How are
really, really
you?
good. Yes, and as you can remember, Mariel, he is the national director of your co-candidate, the Miss Teen Glam Thailand 2020, Miss
Avita.
Avita. Yes,
I
Avita, how are
remember.
you? All right, how are you guys? And also to the regional director from the Philippines of Albay. Hello to Sir John Michael Arabit Certeza, watching from Daraga Albay. Hello, good evening, sir, and how are you? And sabi ni Sir Lito, good evening, Mariel Prion. Anyway, we will entertain all the comments and the greetings, and also don't forget to comment down below all your questions, all your prepared questions for the panel discussion tonight. The panel speakers will be available to answer your questions directly to you. For example, I will be showing one of the comments down here, as they will see it on the screen live here on Primo Modelo TV, your online channel. By the way, Mariel, let us now introduce our handsome guys of the Little and Teen Glam organization, winners and the candidates for the next third edition. Please welcome David Ressler, the Mr. Teen Glam International 2020, all the way from Germany. Hello, David. How are you?
Hello
Hi.
everyone, how are you?
Yes, we are really good. What time is it in
Nice.
Germany right now?
2 p.m., 2:50.
Okay.
Not 1
Anyway,
p.m. here.
David, please introduce yourself to everyone who doesn't know you.
Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm David Ressler, the Mr. Teen Glam International 2020, all the way from Germany. I hope we will have a nice panel discussion today and having fun. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, David. And the next panel speaker, all the way from South Africa, please welcome Mr. Team Glam South Africa 2021. LITHEMBA TUTA. Hello, LITHEMBA. How are you?
Hi, LITHEMBA.
Okay.
I think his microphone is off.
Yes, I guess you're no. His mic is on, but I think slow internet connection interrupts the But by the way, do you hear us, LITHEMBA?
Yeah, I do hear you.
Oh, there he is.
All right,
There
thank
he
you
is.
so much. Please introduce yourself to everyone who doesn't know you yet.
Okay. My name is LITHEMBA TUTA. I'm Mr. Team Glam South Africa. I live in a small town called 𝐂𝐎𝐍'𝐒 in South Africa. I thank you.
All right, thank you so much, LITHEMBA, and good afternoon to your National Director for South Africa, Mr. Mawande Keke. Good afternoon. Hello, sir. And for those who doesn't know, Mawande Keke is one of the first winners of the Mr. Glam International 2019 that was held here in Manila, Philippines. Congratulations, Mawande, and you did a great job doing a purpose with your reign. And God bless to all of us today. And we have our next panel speaker. He's kind of funny in the background, guys, but I know you are familiar with this guy. And all right, maybe I'm not going to cut the chase yet. And hello to Mr. Team Glam International Continental 2020 and the Philippines. Hello, Vincent Panguito. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh my goodness. Hi,
Hey,
Vincent.
Vincent.
Hi guys, how are
So
you
it was a surprise.
Finally.
He joined us together.
Here.
Thank you so much, Vincent. We really miss you so much. And please greet your co-candidate from the last LTGI 2020.
Oh, hey David.
Hey, Vincent.
I don't know you. So,
Oh my God.
this is the time that I will introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi,
Nice to
I'm
see you,
Vincent
Vincent.
Pablito. I'm the Mr. Team Glam International Continental 2020. I'm very a funny guy, as Ate Mia said.
Yes. And also, all right.
And
This is a quick fact for everyone. Yes, thank you so much, Vincent. And I hope your internet won't interrupt you during the panel discussion because we are excited to hear more about you guys here because this time it is not all about pageantry. This is all about ourselves and this is all about you guys and your daily life basis on earth and as a teenager, as a young adult, and as an approaching adult in the future life. Anyway, for those who doesn't know, Vincent Panguito is the co-reigning king of our Miss Teen Glam Philippines 2019 MARIEL PRION. Vincent Panguito is the reigning Mr. Teen Glam Philippines 2019. And now, as you can see, Mariel is on the side with now her co-reigning king in the international. Look at that, man. Mr. Teen Glam International 2020. What a coincidence. And we are so proud of you, Mariel, bagging 2 titles at the same time. And also, that is just for, in the span of 7 months, you bagged 2 titles at a time. Congratulations, Mariel. You are really an epitome of inspiration for all the Team Glam here in LTGI. And also, sabi ni Sir Lito, good evening, guys. Congrats and good luck. And hope to hear interesting words from you. Hope to hear interesting words from you. All right, guys. I know you are pretty excited with your prepared thoughts. And now for the last panel speakers for the day, he is the reigning Mr. Teen Glam Philippines 2020. Please welcome LINDRALPH DATOS from Albay, Philippines. Hello, LINDRALPH. Good evening.
Hi, LINDRALPH.
Good evening.
How are you?
Hi, good evening. How are you? Okay. LittleAndTeendGlam, please introduce yourself to all of us for those who doesn't know you yet.
Hi, I'm LITHEMBA DATOS. Um, uh, Mr. Teen Glam Philippines 2020. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, LittleAndTeendGlam. And I hope our panel speakers for tonight, Mariel, is not that really what do you call this? In pressure, and you're not nervous. Just relax, guys. Everything will be fine. Mariel is not gonna bite you. And also, just imagine this is to all our viewers. Please do not see this as like a pageantry Q&A question. This is all about our talks in life as a teenager and also a young adult. So anyway, what happened to our Vincent? All right, he's back. Anyway, Mariel, as before I'm going to go to the most interesting part of this panel discussion. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Our Mr. Teen Glam Philippines 2019 and reigning Mr. Teen Glam International Continental 2020. Wow, that's a really long title. Anyway, Vincent Panguito has just celebrated his 21st birthday last March 25. And we would like to greet you a happy birthday, Vincent. And I'm really sorry if you did not make it to your birthday. Yes,
Thank you
and
so much,
we are
guys.
happy that we are here on one screen, right? But before that, Mariel, I invited one of our personal friends here in the Philippines, which is also a very close friend of Vincent, and she wants to greet you today. So this is the time. Hello to Arian Abarides, the Miss Teen Glam
Hi!
first runner-up Philippines. Hello, Arian. How
Hello
are you
everyone.
today?
Hi, Ate Mia. Yes, I'm
Yes.
fine. I'm doing fine.
Okay. I heard that you'd like to tell something interesting to Vincent, which is also your best friend.
Yes. Vincent is a close friend of mine and also a close friend of my boyfriend. and
Oh,
I
Oh.
yeah. And we've been schoolmates ever since elementary. I've known him uh, ever since elementary up to high school. And Vincent, I just wanted to greet you a happy birthday, belated happy birthday, and thank you for being a good friend to me and a good friend to Mark Dave. And I wish you all the best. I wish you all the success and happiness in life. God bless to
okay.
the both of you and Ali.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Arian. That was a blast. And
I'm feeling
I wonder you are friends since you came out to this world. Like, yeah. Okay, just joking, guys. Anyway, that is our Miss Teen Glam Philippines second runner-up 2020, Arian Abarides. Bye, Arian. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank
Okay, thank you.
you.
All right, and
Vincent disappeared.
Vincent disappeared after that blast message. Okay, anyway, we will wait for him again. And I guess Mariel, this is your time to shine. All right, and I will leave you everyone to your hands today. Good luck, everyone, and God bless.
Okay, once again, good evening to everyone and welcome to Queen's Conference Breaking Boundaries #Gender Roles. So, to those who are unaware of what a gender role is, to be specific, this is actually the expectations of the majority of how we should act in accordance to our gender as a woman or as a man or as a member of the LGBT community. And for tonight, we'll be hearing the side of men. What do they think about it? Do they have any experiences? And of course, they're going to share some of those to us. And they will also share some advice to those who are struggling with it. Okay, so to start, before I begin formally for the event, here are some reminders. Number one, panel speakers are given 5 minutes to share their insights per question. Number two, for a smooth flow of the talk, the panel speakers will take turns in speaking in this order per question. The first to speak is Lithemba, next is David, Third is LINDRALPH. And lastly is Vincent. And number 3, to all the viewers, if you have any questions, just comment down below. And later, after our discussion, we will answer 1 to 2 questions from you. And number 4, after the third question, we will have a 5-minute break. So if you want to drink some water or fix your hair or something, you may be able to do so for 5 minutes. And lastly, to avoid any interruptions, to all the panel speakers, kindly turn off your microphones if it is not yet your turn to speak. So let's start. For our first question, how are you personally affected by male gender roles? Let's first have LITHEMBA.
Our society has a set of ideals about how they expect us men to behave and present themselves. For example, they expect us to be strong, aggressive, and bold. Thank you.
Yes, that's correct. That's actually a very common expectation for a guy. I think it's not only here in the Philippines that they expect that, but in many countries around the world. I've heard so many people say that, guys should act like this. They should be strong all the time. If they cry, it means like they're vulnerable or they're showing a sign of weakness. But for me, I don't think that it is, because it is a part of being human. When you show your emotions, it doesn't make you any less of a human being. If you show that you are sad or if you're angry, it's a part of who we are. So thank you, LITHEMBA, for sharing that. Next is David.
Yes, gender rules have changed in the time and throughout history. And it's not same in every county over the world. It's in Germany, men and women have different behaviors since before 50 years. And women should also have a career today, and men should be empathetic and have show the feelings and do household, making the dishes. Yeah, that's different since the past. This gives everyone more option and more freedom to have equal rights in life. But still, many like the older generation like the old gender rules because it's uncomfortable or not manly for them to show feelings or to wash the laundry. But of course, it's totally wrong. Like when I'm out with my boys, we always act cool and try to be the funniest. But if someone has a bad time and maybe he cries or just isn't in a good mood, we respect him and show him our love. And I think that wouldn't be possible 30 years ago. So time have changed, and we young people should be a role model for friends and family to respect people regardless of their gender identity, and create a safe space for people to express themselves and their true qualities. And yes, that's all.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I really agree when you said the word respect and to have a safe space for everyone to just be who they are. And that's actually wonderful to know that times have changed. We are now a part of the new generation. So we have every choice and decision to be who we are and to see the world from a different perspective. So thank you so much. So next is LINDRALPH. You may speak in Tagalog. Don't worry, I will translate it in English afterwards.
Bilang bunso po kasi hindi ka po makakapagtanggi sa mga utos. Kaya dapat sa katulad po sa mga mabibigat na bagay, kagamitan, dapat ikaw po mag-ano kasi po bunso ka. That's all po. Thank you.
So thank you, LINDRALPH. And what he said is, as the youngest child of the family, they cannot say no to all of the orders from their parents. And that's very common in Asian countries because I too experience that because I'm also the youngest, the youngest sibling. I'm also the bunso, so I know how you feel when you're always receiving orders to clean, to do the dishes, and you can't say no. So I think that's part of the culture already, but I think it's okay, but as long as it is not being abused or it's not being taken against you. So thank you so much. And lastly, Vincent.
Yes. Personally, I can tell that I am affected by these male generals, but um, I know that no person is perfect. Nobody's perfect, as a philosopher said. Uh, but I do know that the importance of male genders, and I am living. I am just living with my own life, with the best, being me. It is the foundation of having confidence with yourself. That loving yourself is the most important thing. So that's my point actually. I'm just living as myself regarding this matter. That's all.
So thank you so much, Vincent. And if I understood you correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Because it's a bit choppy. But what I got from you is that you mentioned to live life in accordance to your own will and beliefs, and to have the freedom to express yourselves in any way that you want without being judged badly by other people. And it's okay to act even if you are going against the old gender norms or the gender roles that is expected of you. And I think, am I saying this correctly? Did I get your point right? Is that correct, Vincent? And I think that's what he said, to live life in accordance to your own freedom and your own will. So thank you so much, Vincent. So let's now move on to number two. It is very obvious that society has standards for everyone, for men and women alike, and to all members of the LGBT community. And so for the side of guys, especially in men, there's this thing called the ideal man. People have standards for what an ideal man should be. Like for example, they expect you to always be strong, to always not show any emotions like crying or being sad. Those are an example only from society itself. But no one could ever meet those standards. So here's my question. Did you experience any form of discrimination, bullying, or harsh critiques from people because of it? Let's start with Lithemba.
Yes, ma'am. When I first joined modeling, I received a lot of discrimination and criticism. These are based on the idea that modeling was made for females. As a result, males who become models and are considered gay no matter what their sexuality is. These stereotypes are agreed upon by people in society, and so the reversal should also start with the people. Thank you.
Yes, I agree. The modeling industry has so many standards, and I too experienced those expectations. When I first started modeling, I also received a lot of rejections. There were plenty of no's, there were plenty of people saying, I will not make it just because I cannot meet their standards based from their agency. But of course, never give up. You can always prove them wrong and show to them that you have what it takes. So, thank you so much for bringing that up. Next is David.
Yes, I think the society thinks wrong about the ideal man. They think that the ideal man, like Mariel said, need to be very strong, very smart, good looking, and maybe very rich. But of course, it's totally wrong. For the most of us, it's very hard to achieve these things. In my opinion, is a perfect man, a happy man. He don't need to be rich, strong, or what else. Yes, a perfect man is proud what he's reached and what he's doing, like making the family and friends happy and always bringing food at home. Someone who has positive energy. So I think nothing is more important to be a good person. Yeah, and I think we should overthink and teach our children what our ideal man is. When I remember in my young age, there was kids who didn't know it better. They thought that weak people should get bullied if they aren't strong or confident. And yeah, like I said, it's totally wrong. This person who get bullied was a really friendly person, and I tried to help him out. But yeah, it didn't help a lot. So I thought about to go with him to the gym. And since then, I motivated him all the time, and he become more confident. And yeah, I've seen him how he could defend himself, and I was very proud. Yeah, and for myself, I've also got some stupid comments from younger kids. I was in my younger age very shy, but like my friends, I become confident from training. Yes.
Thank you for sharing your
Thank you.
story. And I like it when you said that, nothing is more important than to be a good person. So it's not really actually about the way that you look, but how you treat other people, the way you act and behave, and how you approach life itself. And that is actually a matter of character versus physical looks. What is more important? But there is this quote. I don't know if you guys have heard that quote, but I saw this one time on Facebook and it says, the reason why A comes first before B in the alphabet is because attitude comes first before beauty. So from that quote alone, I got the thought that that is so true. It's more important to actually have good character instead of just focusing on your looks, because looks will fade over time. When you grow older, it will fade, but your character will remain. And that is what will make you memorable. So thank you so much. And next is LINDRALPH.
Nung nanalo po ako sa Mr. Teen Glam Philippines, na parang ang dami pong nag-comment na negative na ba't po ako yung nanalo. Saka, hindi po ako nagpadala nun kasi mas kilala mo yung sarili mo. Saka,
So, is this the first time that you received comments from people? Or matagal ka nang nakaka-receive ng mga ganun na feedback tungkol sa'yo?
ngayon pa lang po.
Ngayon pa lang. So, after mo manalo.
Opo.
I see. So, to all the viewers who are watching right now in English, I will say this in English. What LINDRALPH mentioned is that after winning Mr. Teen Glam Philippines, he received a lot of negative comments from people online. He got, let's use the term bashed. Okay, he received online bashing from the netizens on Facebook or on Instagram. LINDRALPH, is it on Facebook?
Yeah, in Facebook po.
Okay. So, honestly, I also experienced that after winning Miss Teen Glam Philippines, and most especially when I had my press con. After the media released my interview and my photos, I also received those kinds of comments. And those comments are mostly about the way that I look, because they think that I don't meet the standards of a beauty queen just because of what I look like. But then again, the thing is, whenever you receive negative comments online, don't take that into heart. In short, wag niyong seryosohin masyado. Kasi they don't know who you are. They don't know your story. They have no idea what you have been through just to be where you are, to reach your dreams, to become a pageant king or a beauty queen. They don't know what's happening behind the scenes and how hard you have worked. So, to all the people who are watching and to those who are experiencing, let's say, cyberbullying, if you are going through bullying or bashing from people, my advice for you is just ignore those comments, focus on your journey, focus on the task, and don't let them affect you, because you are more than what they say. You know who you are better than them. So just keep going and keep pushing forward. All right, so according to Miss Mia, we have a comment from Sir John Ray. What is that? Okay, so according to John Ray, people should not validate what an ideal man is. They will not be the one to tell us how men should act because of what they see from men. People should stop stereotyping men based on their standards. Whatever you feel inside yourself. Yes, that is so true. Thank you so much, Sir Junrei, for bringing that up. Our Mr. Glam International Asia Pacific. Thank you for that comment and feedback. And lastly, Vincent. I think he's having slow internet connection.
Are we good now? Can you hear me,
Yes, we can
guys?
hear you, Vincent.
Yeah, okay. So for me, of course, the word ideal man, as we speak, it is something people expect you to be. And for me, experiencing this matter, I really can't remember well, but I'm
Sorry about that.
haven't experienced these harsh critics from other people regarding this matter because I grew up with my family and learned various things like personalities and good manners. I'm just living myself today, which helped me to be who I am today, and as family oriented and being who I am, filled with love, not hate, and being fun. I just accept everything as time passed by. As we became adult, I'm starting to learn accept everything. So I really don't mind people if there are some people who are talking to my back, saying something about me. Yeah, that's all.
All right, so thank you so much, Vincent. And to those who are not able to hear what he said, I think due to technical difficulties and slow internet connection, so Vincent mentioned that the ideal man is very unrealistic. There's actually no specific or exact standard of what a man should be because it varies from person to person. We all have our own point of view of what an ideal man should be, but for me, I think there's no such thing. The best way to treat other people is to view them as people, as human beings. We all have our own character, we all have our own likes and dislikes, and it's okay because we're all human beings, and there's nothing wrong with being different because that makes you unique. And Vincent also mentioned that what matters for a person, what either you are a girl or a boy or any gender that you prefer to be, is that you have good manners, you are family oriented, and you accept who you are. And what he mentioned earlier is that it will take time. The process of loving and accepting yourself, it takes time. It's not a one-time thing. It doesn't happen the moment you wake up the next day because it's a process. But as time goes by, you will definitely learn how to love and accept yourself. And that brings us to our third and final question for the gender roles. Okay, so what is your advice to men who are going through bullying and discrimination? Let's start with Lithemba.
My advice is to create a culture of acceptance and communication. Such a culture empowers society to find positive ways to resolve conflicts. Stereotypes will always exist, whether they are beneficial to one or not. We need to find ways of sifting what we listen to and let occupy our minds. Never give in to the fear. Push beyond what seems to be barrier. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful advice. And I really like the term cultural acceptance. I really love it. I thank you so much for bringing that up to
Thank
all of
you.
us. Because when it
Pleasure.
comes to, let's say, discrimination and stereotyping, it is all a matter of culture. And in each country, it's different from the rest of us. It varies from country to country. We have our own culture. And because of that culture, it affects how we think, how we view people, how we view our surroundings. And therefore, we should have an open mind when it comes to the different cultures that we have. And of course, to accept our very own culture. And when he said that it is also a way to resolve conflicts, thank you for saying that. When you said that when we have cultural
Pleasure.
acceptance, it can lead to personal acceptance. And somehow, in a way, it can help resolve conflicts because you will respect each other's differences and you will learn how to, let's say, care for one another and have empathy, and to know what it's like to be in their position. So, thank you so much. And now let's have David.
Yeah, my advice for men is to build up the confidence with sports like football or dancing, or things where you feel alive, like making music or art. That is the best way to become more confident, and mostly it's already enough when people see that you can defend yourself and they will stop bully you. Yeah. If this doesn't help you, you should get stronger, train your body and your brain to show them that you aren't scared from stupid comments. And if you're getting cyberbullied, you should just block them and forget about this, what they are writing about you. And never forget, you aren't weak or dumb. The people who bullies you are dumb. They bully you because they have problems at home or school, and they want to send you the bad vibes. Yes, and don't be scared of these people. Just believe in yourself and stay strong. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that advice. And really, it's wonderful that you mentioned that in order to build up confidence, you need to focus on your hobbies, what interests you have, either in sports, arts, music, or whether in academic, because it actually helps you find more of who you are. It helps you in discovering more of yourself. And in that way, you will find things that will make you unique. And if that happens, the more you will love and accept yourself because there are things that only you can do, only you can showcase to the people. And once that other people will see that, they will realize that this person is growing, this person is building up their confidence, and therefore it can help you overcome any problem that you will face. So thank you so much. And now let's have Lindralph.
Um, mas mas kilala mo sarili mo kaya huwag kang magpapaniwala sa mga taong na ano ka at kung maniniwala ka man sa mga taong na pamaliit sa'yo, ikaw lang po yung matatalo. Kaya dapat ikaw, kung sino ka, yun ka lang.
Thank you so much, Lindralph. And what he said earlier is that you know yourself better than anyone. You know yourself better than those people who are bashing you or who are hating on you. And there's actually this quote that can summarize what Lindralph have said. No one can make you feel inferior without your own consent. So it is up to you. Either you will accept those criticisms and affect you negatively, or you will use those criticisms in a positive way wherein it will help you in your own personal development. So thank you so much, Lindralph. And lastly, Vincent. So I think he's having slow internet connection once again. To all our viewers, we deeply apologize if either one of us will experience any technical difficulties. If we're having trouble with the internet, we're so sorry for that. We apologize. But I hope you will still stick around up until the end of this panel discussion. So before Vincent could say his answer, we are now at the third question.
Yes. For
Hello, Vincent. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, guys? Okay. Simply, for me, simply, remove all the negative thoughts you have, guys, for all the men out there, and stop comparing yourself to others and start believing yourself. Because once you believe in yourself, you can be who you are, you can be who you want to be, and that's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Mm. All right, thank you so much, Vincent. And what he mentioned earlier to those who were not able to hear it again due to technical difficulties is that Vincent said, first, you must remove the negative thoughts that you have about yourself. I know it's not going to be easy because each person, they have their own sets of insecurities and doubts. But like what Vincent said, you must first get over that thought because you are so much more than what people say. You are so much more than all the negativity that they're talking about you. And secondly, Vincent mentioned that you need to stop comparing yourself to other people. And that's true, because the more you compare yourself to other people, the less you will appreciate your own self, the less you will know how special and different and unique you are. And lastly, Vincent also mentioned to focus on you, focus on yourself, on your development, on your progress. And regardless of what other people will say about you, you know yourself better than anyone. And I think that in itself is very special. So thank you all so much to our panel speakers. And that concludes our part one of the panel discussion. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Okay, sorry. My mic was muted. All right, guys, once again, my name is Mia Gusi, and I am the mainstream host of Primo Modelo TV. If you are watching today and if you happen to pass by on this panel discussion, please do click the share button. So I hope that other kids and teens who are interested to watch this live premiere would be, be enlightened with the hashtag breaking boundaries. And later on, we will be reading some of your comments, your thoughts, and also your questions. Now, to all our viewers out there, to all the 20 viewers for now out there on YouTube channel and also our official Facebook page, Primo Modelo TV and Little and Teen Glam International, please do not hesitate and don't be shy to open up your thoughts and your questions to one of our panel speakers. They will answer it directly to you. You can also ask me a question or Mariel. And anyway, thank you so much again to our Mr. Glam International Asia Pacific 2019 representing the Philippines, Kuya Junrey Tahonera, that he said, again, I'm going to reflect on this because I really love his answer. It's like we are in the pageant era. And he says, people should not validate what ideal men is. That is number one, correct. They will not be the one to tell us how men should act because of what they see from other men. People should stop stereotyping men based on their standards, whatever what you feel inside yourself. All right, guys. Before going back to Mariel, Prion, David, LINDRALPH, LITHEMBA, and also to Vincent, I would just like to reflect on this one because this cat caught my eyes. To all the people out there, I have lots of male friends. Actually, I have very, very few female friends in my 22 years existence in life. And most of these guys are not really the actual standard that you see that men should be. You have to be strong. You have to have a bigger build of body. You should not cry if you feel weak, if you feel lonely. That's not true. I already know a lot of people who are experiencing those stereotype materials, and they deserve to be accepted for who they are. And later on, for the next, I think their next topic will be the gender roles. Please do stay tuned, guys, because we will not be ending this live right after this. And once again, please do click the share live button of this premiere, Primo Modelo TV, and share it to your timelines on Facebook, YouTube, and not Instagram, just Facebook and YouTube. Anyway, let's go back to my friend Mariel Prion, the panel moderator for tonight. Hello, Mariel.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yes, I'm
All
back.
right. Okay, how was the refreshment? Okay, what is the next topic for tonight, Mariel?
Well, after the gender roles, we will move forward about the COVID-19 pandemic. I know this is a very serious topic for everyone because we're all going through it, and it has been a very difficult year for all of us from 2020 up until the present day. So we feel like it's just right to talk about this and also to share some advice on how to still live a fulfilling life despite being under a crisis.
Okay, and now, Mariel, I am reading some of the comments of Mr.
right.
Mawande Keke, the Mr. Glam International first runner-up. And he says, here it is, gender roles are very limiting and deny us each gender complete freedom. Women should never be limited to domestic duties, while it should also be acceptable for a man to feel. Wow, winner. This answer is winner. What can you say about it, Mariel?
That is very true. We actually talked about that during the first panel discussion about women empowerment. We also brought that topic up, that to give women the chance to work, because there are so many countries still here around the world, mostly conservative countries, who view women only as secondary citizens, wherein we're only fit for the household and that we cannot afford to go to work or to have our own education. But as we went on with the panel discussion, we came to the conclusion that at the end, regardless of your gender, we are all but human beings. And it is a human right to study, a human right to work. So whether you are a woman, a man, or a member of the LGBT community, you have every right to do as you please.
All right. Thank you so much, Mariel. And another thoughts from Mr. Mawande, following up his first comment. He says the society is more judgmental and biased when it comes to pageant. They have this perception against male models. I get what he is trying to say, Mariel, because in pageantry we all know it's all for girls only, but then again, in the long run there already been male pageantry which opens an opportunity for males to compete in the pageantry, not only for beauty but also for brains and for their advocacy that they support in. And also, Mariel, I'm going to add this up, and it's up to you how you're going to say your message or advice to these people, because in the pageantry, when they say a male competes in the pageantry, beauty pageants, let's say just like Mr. Glam International, whatever, Mr. World, they always think about, assume that these guys are gay. What can you say about that, Mariel?
Well, in pageantry, in whatever industry that you're involved in, there's always standards. There's standards in modeling, like for example, your height and the way that you look. And in pageantry, they also have their own expectations. And especially those super hard fans, those who are really fanatics of the pageant industry, over time you will notice that in every year, the standards will somehow be different. Like for example, now in Miss Universe or in Miss International, they're now looking for women who can actually be spokespersons, going beyond the physical appearance. And I think that's the kind of change that we should all count on, to go beyond the looks, to go beyond the old standards, because we now live in a time where we can challenge and question all of this. So I think my perspective on these kinds of standards, whether in pageantry, in modeling, or whatever the field that you are involved in, I think it is just right for any person to challenge and question these perceptions, because that alone can actually cause a big difference in our society and therefore making it better and more inclusive for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Mariel. Sorry, my mic was muted again. Thank you so much for that, Mariel, that you enlightened. I hope those people who are watching today with us have been given the chance to be enlightened. Yeah, enlightened. That's my word for the day, hashtag
Yes.
enlightenment. And I hope you realize
Oh, yeah.
what Mariel was saying all about this male gender roles and when it comes to pageantry as well and modeling. Anyway, let's go back again to the most interesting part of this panel discussion. Let us welcome again David Ressler from the Germany, LITHEMBA TUTA of South Africa, LINDRALPH of the Philippines, and Vincent of the Philippines. Hello, guys. It's up to you now.
Thank you so much, Miss Mia, for the commercial break and the short audience interaction. So now we move to the second part of this panel discussion. It's very interesting, actually, because this second part of our discussion was actually suggested by David during our meeting last Sunday. He mentioned that I think we should talk about the pandemic. And we were like, oh, I think that's great. We should talk about it because it's happening still, it's still ongoing, people are still getting affected. So why not? Let's talk about it. So for our panel speakers, get ready. We have 3 questions that tackles the pandemic. So for number one, COVID-19 came as a shock to the world. Let's admit it. We did not expect this to happen. And after more than a year, it has caused a big change in our way of life. So how do you view or see this pandemic? And in Tagalog, ano yung perception nyo sa nagaganap na pandemic na ito? So let's first start with Lithemba. I think his microphone is off, or is it the internet?
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
You may
sorry.
you may repeat your answer.
Okay. At
Okay.
first, the coronavirus didn't really catch my attention. As a 15-year-old who lived on the other side of the world from where it had happened, I felt terrible about the lives that were being lost and the challenges that people were having to live through. But I was concerned about my safety, but not too much time passed until the first cases were announced in South Africa.
Mhm.
Now I was overwhelmed with all the changes that were happening. A late night in March, where we were notified by the news channel that schools will be closed until a later date. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts about the pandemic. And I agree, it's really challenging, especially during the first quarter of 2020. We're all adjusting to the setting of
Please,
being
may I start
online.
again?
And with that, thank you so much for sharing that. And indeed, it's different for every country. We may be undergoing the same issue, which is a pandemic, but its impact is different per country. There are countries who already were able to overcome the virus. For example, New Zealand, Taiwan, they're able to come up with effective ways in battling the pandemic. However, there are still countries who are struggling in lowering down the cases. So it's a different experience for everyone from around the world. So next is David.
Yes, I see this pandemic as a big problem for all of us. Many people died. Many people are feeling lonely and depressed. Many people have lost their jobs and having a crisis. We all are fighting, to survive this, and it's a very hard time for all of us. But also, this pandemic shows us how important the community, family, and friends are. They support you when you are going through a bad time, when you're feeling lonely, or when you need someone. It shows you what a nice life we had, and we should appreciate the things we could do and still can do. Life can go so fast, and we should take care about ourselves and about our surrounding and the little moments. The world is having a crisis, and we should work together, help each other out to successfully end this pandemic. Yeah, and also this pandemic is for us maybe a big chance to change our lifestyle to the better. It still takes time until the crisis will end. It can always come to a virus mutation that the vaccination can't defend that good. But yeah, I hope we are doing hopefully. I hope we end this hopefully this year. Yeah, and many countries having a good COVID-19 strategy, so I'm hoping the best for our future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And what I gathered from your answer is that in this pandemic, even if we had a lot of troubling issues and situations, it also gives us the time to self reflect and rethink our entire life. And you mentioned that it's really important to value the people, your community, your family, your friends, because in life, it is not the material things that will matter here. It's not the number of clothes, shoes, and bags, and also how big your house will be. That's not the measurement of a successful life. And like what you said, it's the people, those you are with, the people who will not make you feel lonely, the people who will value and cherish you for being just the way that you are, and also the little moments in life, the small things. Those are the things that we should appreciate more than the big deals in life, such as the money and the wealth, because that will pass. It's not the defining moment of a fruitful life. It's really how you live it. So thank you so much, and now let's move on to Lindralph.
Sa school po kasi po, sa face-to-face po kasi may teacher na para magturo sa'yo. Ngayon po sa modular parang ikaw po mismo ang parang mag mag magtuturo sa sarili mo, gano'n po.
Mm.
Kaya mahirap.
So thank you so much. And so you mentioned that before the pandemic, we had face-to-face interaction. We get to meet the people that we want to meet. Let's say our families and friends. We can hang out to so many places like the malls and restaurants. That was life before this pandemic. But still, you said that we still have the virtual world, the internet, like what we're doing right now. We are interacting through a video call, a video conference. So at least, even if we are here in the middle of a pandemic, we still have a lot of ways wherein we can connect with each other. And even if it is a different feeling, because then again, it's still different when you meet the people that you're talking to, because you get to feel each other's vibes. But still, while we are here, at least it's a blessing already that we have internet, we have social media to reach out to the people that we love. And that still connects us to other people. So thank you so much. And lastly, Vincent.
Yes, first, I agree to what uh, David said, that many people died, suffered, struggled, to this pandemic, especially until now, and many
Mm-mm.
people became jobless. It was really sad. But as the question said, it changes the way of our lives. Despite of having a pandemic in our world, people don't give up. People don't give up from living and cherishing their own lives while breathing. Yeah, it was like people and frontliners held together fighting
Yeah.
COVID-19. Most of the people learn how to stand on their own feet together, learning new platforms on and how to earn while pandemic,
Mm.
bearing their own smiles and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really fascinating somehow. That's why I salute each one of us for surviving. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. And when you mentioned your answer, what I can reflect on that is a beautiful life is not measured by the quantity or the things that you have, but in the quality that you live it. Like for example, you may not be the richest person on the planet, you may just be living a simple life, but at least as long as you are happy and you have people with you, that alone can make you already the wealthiest person in the world because you have the people with you in life. And also, you mentioned that in this pandemic, we have to learn how to earn. Yes, that's true. It's very difficult to earn financially right now because the face to face work is limited. Here in the Philippines, since we're back to lockdown for 2 weeks, I think an office can only, let's say, have 50% capacity of employees. So, yeah, it's difficult to earn right now, but I hope that each of us can find our own way on how to do so. So, thank you so much, Vincent, for sharing. So, for our next question, what are some of the problems that you went through during the pandemic, and what did you do to overcome that? Let's start with Ithemba.
Basically, I didn't encounter any problems besides strictly lockdown regulations whereby you have to sit at home, no gym, no social activities, and no services. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So, one of the struggles actually really of being in this pandemic is the lockdown because all of our movements are limited. We can't go out, we can't meet our friends, we cannot go to school all the time, and we cannot really meet all face to face. And the international borders are closed. Many countries still have their borders closed, so that's also a struggle in itself. But I think despite this issue of the lockdown, we can still make the most of our time and life here at home by being, let's say, productive, like during the first question earlier, to work on your hobbies, for example. So thank you. Now let's move on to David.
Yeah. Yeah, at the beginning of the corona period, I felt a bit lonely and I was very bored most of the time. I tried to overcome it with sports, which I managed to the beginning. But after that time, I just wanted to celebrate and party again. So me and my friends were happy to meet us online. And yeah, we also started to play a game named League of Legends. So we always met us every day. And at the moment, I feel okay. I can meet friends too. But I wish I would go to clubs or events so I can meet new people and new friends. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And you said earlier, what I got from your answer is that in this pandemic, we can actually experience mental health issues. For example, loneliness, depression, and anxiety, because you are now in a new place wherein you cannot go out, you cannot interact with people, you cannot socialize. Therefore, you cannot share your feelings, you cannot share, let's say, what you want to share to people, and that's a challenge. But when you said that there's still the virtual world, like you said that you are playing online games in the League of Legends, I think all of you guys are familiar with that game. Vincent, alam mo yan. so in so I think that it's a good alternative as well that we have really social media. So thank you. Let's now move on to Lindralph.
Um, nung lockdown po, nag-join ako sa Little and Miss, Little and Miss Kingdom Philippines na pageant. And then, nung ano, parang pwede na po lumabas, just nagbabike-bike po ako kahit saan. Parang nagpapa, na, healthy, po. Yun po.
So, nagbabike ka dyan
Opo.
sa Albay. Oo. So, when do you do that? Every day nagbabike ka? Araw-araw ba yan?
Twice a week. Kaya long
Twice a
ride
week?
po.
Twice a
Sa,
week?
opo.
Okay. So, ginagawa mo to para mas maging, let's say, healthy yung katawan mo.
Opo.
Ganun. To maintain your fitness.
Yeah.
All right. So what's interesting here is for Lindralph during the pandemic, because in Albay, in the province of Albay here in the Philippines, I think there's only a few cases, and I think that they can freely go outside if I'm not mistaken. However, there's still some limits. And according to Lindraff, his coping mechanism with this pandemic is that he would always go biking outside. He would bike twice a week to maintain his health and to be healthy and to maintain his well-being. So I think that's a great advice for our viewers, to focus on your health because as they say, health is wealth. So thank you, Lindraff. Lastly, Vincent.
Yes, I have this general problem that I've been experienced during this pandemic lockdown. It was, of course, financially, and secondly, it was the online class. I know I'm not the only one who experienced these kind of problems, but to overcome these problems, I started to focus on our financial first, and I minimize our needs, and that's all I have to do. And for the online class, it's really not easy to catch up with our new platform of learning, especially to us colleges. We can use a proper laboratory. We can perform our hidden skills. You know,
Yeah.
but as time passes by, as we adapt this new platform of learning, of course, there are adjustments, but we still can keep continue studying for the better life and because we are the hope of the world. Pag-asa ng
Mm.
bayan. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
so
all.
thank you, Vincent. So you mentioned again financial issues. That's really a big problem right now. How to earn financially, how to sustain yourself, especially here in the Philippines. Because just a quick fact to everyone watching, actually in the year 2020 alone, around 10 million people lost their jobs because of the pandemic. 10 million people. Imagine the number of families that are left to struggle and they cannot face this crisis all alone. So, to all the Filipinos watching for this live, if you know any donation drives, if you know any way to reach out to people who are struggling financially, please do reach out to them and help them in any way that you can. Because really, it has taken a toll on us, especially on how we will live for our lives and for survival. And then also Vincent mentioned the online classes. So to all of us students, I agree with you. It's really hard right now to cope with online classes because it's a brand new setting and it's harder to catch up from time to time because for other people they will lose their internet connection while in the middle of the discussion. So while the professor was teaching the lesson, suddenly you get cut off because you lost your wi-fi or your internet. And then there are people who do not have access to cell phones and to laptops. They cannot afford to buy cell phones and laptops, so that limits them to have access to quality education. So then again, that's another issue. There is quality education, financial earnings, mental health, health and well-being, and so on. So these are so many issues that is happening all at the same time here in this pandemic. So now we move to question number 3. So despite of all these problems, I want to know from each of you, the panel speakers, how can we still live a meaningful and better life? Let's start with Lithemba.
We can still live a meaningful life and meaningful and better life as long as we adhere with the government regulation and keep our social distancing. Thank you.
Yes, I really agree that another way to live a better life is actually to interact with all members and sectors of society. And I think it takes a hand in hand effort. It takes collective action to solve all of these issues because we cannot solve them alone. We cannot face all of these problems alone. We need to work hand in hand with organizations, institutions, and our government. We need to reach out and connect with these institutions as well because then again, this pandemic, the only way to face this and to solve this is if we all work together. So thank you so much for that. Let's now move on to David.
Yes, you have to focus on what you can control in your life. So, for example, I can't control the virus, like the search for vaccine or the shortage of testing. If you worry about these things and you can't control, you will get anxious and depression. So, and may feel despair, even bitterness. So that's why you should focus on little things like reading a book or making a home workout. Um, we know social isolation is very challenging, and that's why we have to boost our daily happiness with healthy food and getting enough sleep. It improves your mood and also boosts your immune system, which is of course very important right now.
Right, thank you. And again, you mentioned the little things. Really, that's what matters in life right now, is to appreciate the little things. Like, for example, you woke up today. That's already a very big blessing. The fact that you woke up, you have food on your table, you have water, the basic needs. And when you have those needs, for me, I think you already have it all. You already have the means to survive and live another day. And even if people think that it's just a basic thing, actually, it is the little things that we often take for granted. It's the little things that we see that is not really important, but it actually is. And then you also mentioned that when you are alone and you have your own thoughts with you, it's really hard to process informations. And really, we should focus on our health, on our wellness. Like, for example, like you said, to get the right amount of sleep, do your homework and exercise. And an additional tip to the viewers: if you think that you are thinking too much already, or if you feel like there's so much thoughts in your mind, my advice for you is to take a break, take a pause, and control the amount of information that you need to process. Don't take everything in right away. Give yourself time. Also, rest. It's okay to stay away from social media. If you feel like it, it's okay to log off from Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, whatever platform, that's fine. As long as you know that it will help you feel better and redirect your mind to something that really matters. So thank you so much. Let's now move on to Lindrolf.
Just focus on positive things kasi po may
Mm-mm.
kasabihan man na ang positibong kaisipan ay magbibigay na magbibigay sa'yo ng positibong
Mm.
pamumuhay.
Oo. So paano mo yung nagagawa sa sarili mo?
Parang ano, just be yourself na ano, para
Mm-mm.
just be yourself lang po. Na ano,
Mm-mm.
san, wag kang susuko basta-basta, parang ganun po.
So thank you, Lindrolf. And he mentioned the importance of positivity and mindfulness. So even if we are in this pandemic, oftentimes we see a lot of bad news, right? There's so many news on TV or on the internet saying that people got infected or people passed away, and it's really hard to process all of those at the same time. So what Lindrolf said of positivity is that it's okay for you to turn away for a moment from the negativity and switch your mind to something positive. Like, let's say, focus on yourself, on your mental health and well-being. And lastly, he mentioned don't give up. That is so true, and I agree with that. Don't give up. Because in history, it is actually not the first time that we experienced a pandemic. During the 1800s, the 1700s, we had even far more worse. We had the Black Plague, right? And then we also had the Spanish flu in the 1900s. So an epidemic is no longer normal. It is actually a part of our history. And a quick advice to people who are watching: I know we cannot undo the past. We cannot go back in time and prevent this pandemic from happening. But I think the best way to approach this is to learn from it. What can you learn from all of these issues happening around us? And how can you apply that in your everyday life to make this world better? So thank you, Lindrolf. And lastly, Vincent. Knock off yung mic mo. It's fine.
For me, it's simply because we had our own reason to live. Like we live for our family, for
Mm-mm.
ourselves, for our loved ones and friends. We sacrifice ourselves. We keep our feet together to, wear a smile every day. We do not stop from grinding, working, loving what we are doing, especially this pandemic. We
Mm-mm.
cherish and treasure every moment because we really don't know when we are going to see ourselves or to see our loved ones smile again. That's that's why. That's what I thought.
Thank you, Vincent. And you mentioned that we really have to look after each other. So even if we think that we can do this, that we're strong all the time, but sometimes you will reach points of weaknesses wherein you will just feel like, I cannot do this today. I don't think I can do this. That's why it really matters to reach out to people. Let them know how you feel. Don't keep all the feelings within you because I've been through that. I know how it's like not to tell people how you really feel. And as time goes on, it just keeps on piling up until it just consumes you fully. And with that, it creates a negative impact on you, especially on your mental health. So, if you have something to say, if you're feeling sad, if you need to express yourself, if you need to talk to someone or seek for advice, be open. Don't keep it all to yourself. Be open to your families and friends, to the people around you. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not to be okay. And Vincent also said that life is short, and that's correct. Life is indeed short, and we have seen that really during this time. So for me, it's my turn, I think, to give advice to people because you have all given your advice. So yeah, it's my turn. So to the viewers who are watching right now, hello. Um, Again, to continue what I was saying is that life is short. You will never really know when it is time. But while you are still here, while you are alive and you are well, is cherish every single day and be grateful for the life that you have. Each time that you wake up, that's a blessing. Each time you have your breakfast, your lunch, or your dinner, another blessing. And when you get a phone call from your mom, or let's say you get to see your parents go home, another blessing. So we are so blessed actually, guys. You just really don't know it because again, it is the little things that we often take for granted, the people that we love, the people that we are with, and the life that you have. Because I have to admit, before this pandemic, we were all so focused on the material things. People were so focused on the idea of success, of having a lot of money, of earning a lot. Yes, it is a need, but it is not actually a need for you to survive fully. Because as long as you are, let's say, grateful, you have gratitude within you, that's more than enough. So, to our viewers who are watching right now, just cherish every single moment of your life. Do not waste it. And another thing, number two, yes, number two is it's okay not to be okay. If you do not feel productive, if you feel not doing anything, let's say you just want to sleep the whole day, then go. It's not going to be taken against you. If you want to rest, you rest. Because I think there's this new term called grind culture. I don't know if you guys have heard that. It's called the grind culture, wherein people are glorifying the thought that you are overworking yourself. People are celebrating the fact that you are busy all the time. But that is not the case because at the end, we are not machines. We are human. We also have limits. We get tired. So to the people, let's say who are watching, if you have an online classes or working from home, or you're one of those people who are okay to go to work outside, if you want to rest, just rest. It will not be taken against you. There's nothing wrong with resting and taking the time for yourself. And lastly, number three, um, like what the previous panel speakers mentioned, don't give up. In Tagalog, huwag kayong susuko sa buhay. Don't give up on life. Just because you are in a pandemic, it doesn't mean life is over. Because as long as you get to see the sunrise, you get to see the people around you, you get to open your eyes every single day, that means you're alive. And that means there is still life. So yeah. So as long as you know that within you, yeah, life is not over. It's still continuing. It still goes on. So yeah, that's all.
I'm really
Hi.
sorry to bunch in.
Yeah, hi,
I
Adimpo.
missed click. Sorry. All right. So what was that again? I have. Can I interrupt you guys? This is going to. This my question is going to be relatable with what you are talking about right now, Mariel. But I want to ask you this to all of you, Mariel, Lithemba, David, Lindralph, and Vincent. Okay. Now that we are halfway to being adults, yes, fully old adults. For now, we are young adults, yes. Teenagers have a view. How do you define Mariel, David, Vincent, Lindralph, and Lithemba? How do you define success? Do you see success as having a Lamborghini, having a big mansion, a lot of money? How do you define success? Let's go first with Miss Mariel Prion.
Okay. For me, success, it differs from person to person. We all have our own idea of what success is depending on where you are currently in your life. Like, for example, you're a kid. For you, success is when you're able to achieve your dream job or when you are able to graduate from grade school or high school. That is success for you because you are at that phase in your life. But as you grow older, as you become teenagers and young adults, your perception of success will change as well. And as a young adult, now in my 20s, wow, now in my 20s, I view success as being content. I view success as happiness, being happy in who you are, where you are, and also being contented with what you have. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have lots of money to say that you are successful. You don't need all of those things because, in the end, what will matter is what you have done in this world. And to me, that is success, what you are able to contribute, how you feel about it. And from that point on, how has that changed your life? And to me, that is success in itself. When you develop new perspectives, new experiences, and you're able to give a positive impact in society. Thank you.
All right, that was a wonderful answer. We can now go home. All right, just joking, just joking. Okay, but you know what? That really hit me hard. Which Mariel says, being successful doesn't mean you have to be rich. For 22 years of my life here on Earth, I'm not yet in Mars. Yes, I am on Earth, and yes, when I was young, I always dream about I'm going to be a medical doctor, which I did not even realize I'll be in this kind of job in the media, entertainment, and whatever what else. Now you see me here on the live streaming episodes every week. When I was little, guys, I just want to share you this one because you are still young, and actually we're the same. We are all young, but we have different experiences in life that made us get older in the fact that we are still like 20s. Okay, when I was young, I always thought that being rich, having a lot of money, big house, beautiful furnitures inside the home, beautiful car, big car. Hi, TM's Corner. Good evening. Thank you so much for watching. That is from YouTube channel. And I always thought that being rich is successful. But when I grew up, I realized having a beautiful family with loving parents, supportive brothers. Yeah, I have a lot of brothers and a sister only. And also, having a food on the table, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's okay if it's only lunch or dinner. It don't doesn't matter if I have 2 meals a day. It's already a blessing, guys. If there are people who believes in you and supports you, for me that is success. You have reached success in life. But anyways, we still need the money because that is a need. We cannot move without money. You cannot go outside without money. You cannot buy food without money. So I guess being successful as well means a lot. If you have a stable job, you did well in your studies, you finish your school. That is a big success, guys. And also be with people who loves you, who supports you, and also who inspires you and encourages you to be the best or better version of yourself. Sabi ni Liwen, she says, may nanalo na. Wow! O, galing mo daw, Mariel. In
Thank
English,
you.
sorry, I cannot translate. I don't know that in English. But anyway, I'll try to translate it later. All right, let's go on to David. How do you define success, David? Now you are in your fast arriving 20s.
Yeah, for me, it's success to live your life to the fullest. So not just having much money or having much cars. Do your things that you want to do, like driving a lot or making yourself proud. What are you doing? Like reaching your degree or stuff. I think that's for me a success. Like reach things that no one's other want to. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, David. That is a nice answer from you. Specific and simple, but yet reflective to a person's life. Anyway, David, my additional comment to you. You look great in the camera. Wow, kudos to you. And
Thank you.
and now next, you know what? This is the only panel discussion I ever heard that really silent, quiet, and very serious. What happened to you guys? Are you nervous? You know?
How are you
What happened to you? Just relax. Just imagine this is a video call with your classmates. Come on. I'm still young, guys. We're still young. David, Mariel, and Vincent is still young here. Just imagine we are also teenagers. We're just a couple of years away from your ages. Anyway, let's now go on to Litemba. How do you define success, Litemba? Do you think being successful should be rich or yeah, up to you.
Success is not about having material things. As long as you are educated and invite God in your life. Thank you.
Wow. Wow,
Yes,
wow,
life
wow.
goals in life. In education.
Correct. Correct. And also, I love every answer that you spit out, you know, Litemba.
I agree.
Short but very precise. I love it. And good luck to your journey in life. And I hope this panel discussion would reflect you and also give you enlightenment after this live. And you can rewatch this and hear your thoughts. Maybe after years, Mariel, no? After 5 or 10 years, you can rewatch this when you're
Oh my
already 30 years old and like, oh my God, I did say this.
We're old.
Yes, it's a nice reflection to go back to
Throwback.
the memories you do. Correct. That is a golden throwback. And another panel speaker, let's talk about with Lindralph. How do you define success? Paano mo, sa Tagalog ha, paano mo sasabi na ikaw ay successful na or nagtagumpay sa buhay, Lindralph?
For me po, being successful is being contented.
Being content. Wow! May lumalaban, Mariel. If Litemba's answer is short, Lindralph's answer is the shortest. Wow. But I love his answer. Short and really sakto
But
to
it's
the
direct
point.
to the point. Yeah.
Correct, correct.
being
He
contented.
said when he said that being successful is that being contented. You know that word, it goes to all in general in life.
Yeah, it's a
Whether
very
it
broad
comes to yes,
word.
correct. Very
There's so many
broad word and short. I love your answer, Lindrop. At the age of 15 years old, I'm right, you're 15, right?
Yes po.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
15.
he is only 15 years old. This is his first pageant, everyone. And Lindrop haven't experienced any beauty pageants for male beforehand joining this ano. And now I am hearing his thoughts. You know, he is not really that talkative much, but he knows how
Yeah.
to say his thoughts to the point. Correct. That's what I'm talking about, Mariel. Contented. So that means you are contented with what you have. It does being successful in life. Yes, correct. Content, which means you are not greedy enough to find more for what you have. For example, you already have a nice Android phone. Let's say you have this latest Samsung cell phone, just like what Mariel have, and now you already have that, and after 2 weeks you also
Yeah, but
want to have iPhone 12 Pro Max. Isn't that too much to ask more of it? So I guess Lindralph has it on point, and now we are hearing the last answer for our panel speaker, and I am I am waiting for this. Vin, how do you define success for your own perspective?
I define success to all of your answers.
Oh,
You know, it was,
winner.
said by everyone. So
Okay,
I'm
okay,
just
go ahead.
success. It is all about achieving your goals, making your parents proud, and living the fullest with your loved ones. That's all
Wow.
for me.
Making your parents proud. A very family-oriented person. Yeah.
Yes. You know what, Vincent, if you have a future family, your family will be lucky to have you as their father, their brother, their uncle, because you are
Father
really
agad.
attached with family. Just no, just sorry for
Advance.
spoiling that. I know you are 21, but we're not saying here that I am encouraging you to have already to build your own family at a very young age. No, no, no. That's a big no no. Uh-huh.
I don't
Thank
hear
you
anything.
so much, Mariel, for adding that up. I just want to give an advice to this young man here on our screen. David, a 21 years old person, yeah, person. Vincent, 21, Lindrau, 15, and Litemba, 16, 15, 17.
16.
18, 16. Okay. You guys
Okay.
are now 15.
Oh,
Okay,
they're the same
15.
age. Rough.
Yeah, the
Okay.
same. So they are the same age. Now this is the preparation where you see life in the future as not something you want to dream about having big cars, beautiful ladies in your side. No, no, that's a big no. Being successful, guys, as you already told us here on the screen, is that you have to be stable, you have to finish your studies first. You have to have a stable job. Doesn't mean it doesn't have to you have to earn lots of money, but at least you have this stable job where you can get investments and income and savings. So that's what I'm telling you about. And I hope you guys, if you have girlfriends, I hope you are now taking this on your mind. And I hope after this panel discussion, it will reflect in your lives as well. Thank you so much, Mario, for that wonderful message and barging in questions and advice and tips. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this up to you again. And also, Mawandi says, I must agree that I've learned a lot with you guys. Well done. All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much,
much.
Mr.
Thank you
Mawande. We are so
our
happy
viewers.
to hear that from you. Anyway, Marielle, it's up to you now.
Actually, yeah, it's okay. We're now at the end of the panel discussion, actually.
Yeah,
We just
sure,
ended
sure.
the third question, so it's okay for you to remain with us, to
Oh
stay
my
on
God.
screen.
Oh,
Yes.
really? Oh, yes. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to join you guys.
Yes, nice. So, to all our viewers, thank you so much for watching tonight's panel discussion entitled Queen's Conference Breaking Boundaries, hashtag gender roles, and hashtag enlightenment. Yeah, with the word men at the end.
Yeah.
Enlightenment. Thank you so much for watching. And to our panel speakers, a job well done. I love all of your answers, very meaningful. And wow, I really did not expect that all of you guys will really share wonderful and insightful answers. Very amazing. So, congratulations to all of you. Really proud. Oh my goodness. I'm really happy
And
that this is a successful panel talk. And hopefully, this won't be the last. I hope there will be
yes.
more wherein we can discuss more topics about life in general. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. I hope that you're able to learn a lot from us. I hope that you were able to be inspired from our advices when it comes to gender roles and in facing this pandemic. So thank you.
So what's next? I
What is
think
next?
what is next? Anyway, now guys, let us go back to our normal lives. Please do not be silent, quiet, and not serious. I remember we had our past meeting last week. I told you guys to not be that serious. You have to smile in the
Oh my
in the camera. You know, people are watching you. Anyways, before we end this, I are we now on our end of live discussion?
yes, it's done
Okay.
actually.
Oh, I actually Mama, this is I guess this is not the longest debate. I
Yes,
bet
I
yes.
think it is not the longest debate because last time it took us 3 hours. three
Yes, 3 hours,
hours.
and this one is only 1 hour and 42 minutes. Actually,
Yeah.
I am expecting more. That's why I'm asking you guys if this is already the end. Anyway, let's just assume that because you know, boys are not that real literally talkative persons. They just say what is on their mind. At kumbaga sa Tagalog, ano, sa ating mga viewers, sa ating mga manonood, hindi sila yung pasigulakoy na kung anong sasabihin na para bago lang sabihin yung talk of the point. So, congratulations everyone. And before ending this live discussion, let us answer one last
Yes.
question from one of our netizens.
All
But
right.
this one is written in Tagalog, okay? All of you will answer this, including me. Okay, sabi ni Sir John Michael Certeza, he says, ano yung mga weakness nyo na na-discover during pandemic? Alright? In English, what are your weaknesses that you discovered during the pandemic? We all know that we are celebrating the 1 year anniversary in this pandemic. So what are the weaknesses that you discovered during pandemic? Let us go now with Vincent.
For me, I literally experienced some so, about online class. It was really hard, and that's how I find my weakness. It's really hard to learn alone, without consulting and having hard, face to face. It was really different from face to face. Learning about school studies, academics, from face to face. It was really different from our new platform of learning right now. It's for me the really hardest point of my life during this pandemic, and that's all.
All right, thank you so much, Vin. And now let's go on to Lindrals. Okay.
Sa being nag-modular po, kasi po,
Oh.
yung pagiging ano po, na ikaw po yung magtuturo sa sarili mo, yun po.
Okay. So, Ate Mia, from Vincent, he mentioned that the weakness that he found out was his struggles with online classes. It wasn't easy to, yeah, it's true. It's not easy to learn from a screen. You're facing a screen with faces of people and it's not actually face to face. So, it's really hard to process the information. And then in Lindraf's case, he's not undergoing online classes but modular classes wherein the school will give you booklets to answer. So it's more of a self-learning. And that's hard, because you need to learn everything on your own. So I think it's not a weakness per se. So far from these people, it's not a weakness. I do not see that as a weakness. I see it as a struggle as a result of this pandemic. It just shows that there is really no perfect solution when it comes to the pandemic. When we switch to online classes, to modular platforms, I think it's not a sign of weaknesses of people, but I think it is actually a flaw. Okay, I think it is a flaw of the system that is trying actually to deal with this pandemic, because this is the first time in our generation that we experienced a pandemic. So the way people think of solutions is going to be different. And again, there will be ups and downs. Not everyone will benefit from it. And so I think so far, I respect the answers of Vincent and Lindral. Thank you for opening that up. Really, it's hard. Even me, I'm also having a hard time with online classes because it's not the same with face to face.
All right. And also, I would like to add up on that in case some of our panel speakers did not understood the question. Mr. John was asking you guys, what are the weaknesses? What weaknesses did you discover during the pandemic? For example, in myself, maybe I'm going to answer this one myself. For example, me, I experienced being so depressed lately easily. I get to panic easily. So my weakness is when there are problems that I tend to receive. For example, my dad was going to ask me or tell me some stories with such a what do you call this, problematic background. I tend to panic easily, and my weakness is that I am not strong enough to accept the happenings in the surroundings. So that is my weakness. So how about you, Litemba? What are the weaknesses that you discovered in yourself during the pandemic? Because in pandemic, we all have a full time of ourselves reflecting, every day you are learning what are my wants, my dislikes, what are the things that I look up to. So yeah, etc. etc. How about you, Litemba? What weaknesses did you discover in yourself?
My weakness, my weakness is that I have to wear mask all day, every day. Thank you.
Okay, why has wearing mask make you say that it is your weakness? Is it because you cannot take it wearing face mask for a very long time?
Yes, man.
Okay. Well, hard to breathe. But I'm going to give you this fact, guys. If it's hard to breathe with a mask on, it's more hard to breathe if you have COVID. So it's better to be safe and ensure your safety. We have to be aware with our surroundings. Here in the Philippines, we are again on another new set of lockdown. It's called ECQ, or Enhanced Community Quarantine, where we cannot go outside if it's not necessary. And then restaurants are only open for pickup and delivery. And also, those establishments that are open as of the moment, starting tomorrow, are only the essentials like pharmacies, groceries, malls that contains pharmacies and the essential stuffs like grocery. Yeah. So it's better to be safe than sorry in the later years if you do not wear your mask. And lastly, David, what weaknesses did you discover during this pandemic?
So my biggest weakness in the pandemic was that I felt very lonely. So it was very hard for me to not meet every day my friends and having fun or making jokes. And it was for me like very, very hard to not celebrate my life. So, but yeah, now I'm feeling really okay with it. I'm daily training that I
Mm-hmm.
that I live with myself, but I can also see them online, so it's not that big problem.
Okay, to overcome that weakness, what kind of trainings are you taking into?
Yeah, I'm reading books. I'm meditating. Meditation.
Dating?
Yeah, that's the yeah
Dating?
no
Meditation.
Oh,
meditation.
meditation. I thought you were
Yes,
dating women.
no,
Sorry, sorry.
all good. Meditation. Yeah, and meeting my friends online. So, but being alone is now for me okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's a nice exercise for you, David. You are training your mind to cope up with the surroundings around you, because we don't have the time to go out. Anyway, let's now go on to our beautiful panel moderator. What are your weaknesses, Mariel, during this 1 year whole period of pandemic? We want to know because you are really active in these virtual sessions wherein we saw you in different kinds of virtual live interviews, and now you are hosting panel discussions just like this one. Did you also realize in yourself that you have these weaknesses, and how do you cope up with it?
Of course, I do have weaknesses. I'm a human being. We all have weaknesses. And
Mm-hmm.
during this pandemic, actually, going back to your answer, Ate Mia, I actually listed down your answers because I
Oh my
have a
God, why?
I did, yeah. I have a feedback for each of it. So you mentioned that you were struggling to accept the reality that we are here in this pandemic,
Correct.
the acceptance of our situation, and that's also one of my weaknesses before, especially during the first quarter of the pandemic. It was really difficult to accept that I cannot go out, I cannot see my friends, I cannot continue my activities, especially being a beauty queen because we had so many plans. We had so many plans to do interviews, travels, interacting with people, and events. We had everything planned out for 2020. But then this pandemic happened. So we were all forced to stay indoors for our own safety. And for me, like you, I also had difficulty in accepting the reality. It took me 1 month to adjust. So if you noticed on my social media, on my Instagram, I did not post any activities because I was just at home rethinking my entire life. Like I was alone with my thoughts and I was thinking like what will happen next? What will happen now? Do I still
Oh my
get
God.
to
Yeah.
fulfill my duties as Miss Teen Glam
Yeah.
International? Because I have worked so hard. I dreamed of this ever since I was a kid. I dreamed of being a beauty queen, and now I'm here. Then this crisis happened. So, yeah, at first I was disappointed. I really felt down. But
So
then
that was
again,
before,
yeah, before.
but
But
now you
now,
are.
but now I have come into the acceptance of the reality that this is really happening. And Ate Mia, my advice for you is how to overcome that. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay,
Counselor.
okay. All
Counselor.
right, all
So
right. Bring it in.
bring it in. Okay, so my advice for you is in order for you to accept what is happening around is really take a step back, turn off your social media, log off from Facebook or Twitter, from prevent yourself from receiving any new information about the pandemic and just pause, take a pause, focus on where you are,
Mm-hmm.
take the time to rethink, be alone with your thoughts, but not to the point that you will overthink, just think of
Yes.
the things that is happening, process that. It may take days, it may take weeks. For me, it took a month, it took me a month to process everything that's going on. And when I was able to align my thoughts with the reality,
Yep.
I have come to the acceptance that this is real, you know. And we have to accept the fact that in life, there are things beyond our control. There are things we cannot control, but there are things we can control, such as what we can do in the middle of this pandemic. So that was the mindset that I had the entire 2020, during the entire reign. I may not be able to go out. Let's face it, we can't go out. I may not be able to do all the planned activities, but at least I have control of my actions. I have control of what I do here at home. So even if I'm here at home, at least I can reach out to people through these talks, by being online, being active, Just because I can't go out, it doesn't mean I cannot impact the world with my voice. So which is why I really focus on public speaking. I really worked hard to develop my public communication so that I can reach out to more people even in an online setting. So that's my tip for you, Ate Mia. So number one, take a break from social media. It's okay if you will log off from Facebook. It's okay if you will not chat at Messenger or on WhatsApp. It's fine. take all the time you need to refocus your mind. And then
Yep.
number two, when you are able to realign your thoughts, process which information are worth staying and which information are worth letting go. The unimportant stuff, you need to think
Yep.
about that. And then number three, focus on the things that you can control at home. Like for example, you can clean the
Like for
house, or
example.
you can
Oh
do
my
virtual,
god.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you can do
No, no,
spring
just joking.
spring cleaning at
Okay.
home. Yes, yeah.
Yes, yes.
And then for Lithemba, he mentioned the wearing of mask. Actually, I can understand that. I understand that you think that's a weakness because, yeah, in my course in behavioral sciences, we actually discussed about that. And people have different perspectives on how they see this pandemic. There are people who view this pandemic as a health issue. There are people who
Yes.
view this pandemic as a personal issue, a political issue, whatever that aligns with their perspective on things. So I completely understand why you think that way, but Miss Mia is correct. It's really important to wear masks because it is not only for our safety, but also for the safety of the people around you. And then David mentioned loneliness. Yeah, am I right? You mentioned
Yeah.
loneliness. I know, yeah, it's hard,
Can I
especially.
cry?
Why? Oh my God. Sure, you can
Just
cry
joking.
all you
All right, go
It's
ahead,
okay
go
to
ahead.
cry, Paul. Yeah. So you mentioned loneliness because there's less interaction with people face to face, but yeah, that's a good advice. You mentioned, you started reading books, you meditated, you focus on your well-being. Yeah. So that's good. That's great. And an additional one to the viewers, if you do feel lonely, reach out to people. Find someone to talk to. Find someone who you can release your feelings to. Like, for example, you can contact your parents or your closest friends. You can contact them through, let's say, Messenger or Facebook or whatever online platform that you want. As long as you get to talk to them, you get to release your feelings and don't keep it all to yourself because we have all been through that. And yeah, so that's another thing. And to answer the question, the weakness that I went through is number one, I admitted to Ate Mia and to everyone here, a weakness that I had before was I found it hard to accept the reality of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, I found out in myself that I was prone to burnouts. What do I mean by burnouts? A burnout is when you overworked yourself up to the
Yes.
point that you will feel you are no longer productive. You will feel like your whole body has shut down.
Unmotivated.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, that's the term, unmotivated. You will feel unmotivated. So my advice to people is don't overwork yourself. If you feel like you are in the verge or at the tipping point of your limits, don't cross that. Don't abuse yourself for the sake of work. Don't overwork yourself. Don't center your life on work. It is only a part of your life, but not the entirety. So I think you should change your mindset towards how you view productivity because before I saw being productive as like a way to cope, with being in the pandemic. But then I also realized we are human beings. We have our own limitations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay if you are not productive for today. If you just want to sleep, if you just want to watch movies, or if you just want to read a book or chill, it's fine. Or have a
But
drink. Or
can I
have a drink.
interrupt, Mariel? What
What?
if you are unproductive for the whole year?
Oh, that's
Because
different. That's
yeah,
laziness.
yes, laziness.
That's not
I just bring this up because I know someone who's really unproductive for a whole year. Let's include myself there for just half. Well, I'm not that really fully unproductive, no. I just feel like
yeah.
sometimes I'm feeling burned out when I'm thinking about the problems that I cannot solve and always worrying about the future. One more thing, I agree with Marielle, which says, do not worry yourself. There are things, there are a lot of solutions for everything. You just have to wait. There is time for everything. And also, you just have to believe in yourself. And I totally agree with our counselor here, Mariel Prion.
Yes, I have a new question.
And actually, Marielle, you know what? In this panel discussion, as I am looking at the screen, I feel like I am in the Hall of Justice with a panel of lawyers here because they're not smiling, they're not even moving. They're so serious. What happened to you guys? Are you fine? Let's
They
bring
shake
your
in some of these guys here. Hello, Litemba, are you right? Are you okay?
Are you good? Yeah.
Yeah. How about David? Oh, you looking nice, man. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Oh, Opa. Annyeonghaseyo to all our Korean friends there, especially Kim. We miss you so
Yeah, Kim,
much, Kim.
we missed you. Yeah.
Ganchanayo. Yan. Oh, di ba? And also, let's see, Vin, how was your birthday?
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
You didn't join to my birthday. That's really
Yeah, we didn't join because of the sudden lockdown.
Yeah.
Yes. How about you, Lindralph? You're not even moving any inch. Are you okay?
Okay ka lang ba?
Okay ka lang? Okay, all right. Lindralph, as you remember, the one on your side here is Litemba, your co-candidate in Mr. Teen Glam. I hope you make good friends before the competition, and please do not see yourself as competitors, but as friends. You will totally enjoy in the international. Am I right, guys?
That's true.
Yes. And congratulations to all of you on the successful panel discussion. I love you guys, and I really miss you so much. I don't know whose question is this from the netizen, but I think he wants Mariel to answer this question. Here it is. Please answer the question from Miss Grand International last night. Kung may isang shot ng vaccine na lang ang natitira, kanino mo ito ibibigay? Sa isang 15 years old na bata o sa isang 70 years old na senior citizen, at bakit? I will translate it in English so our cute guys right here could understand what the question means. Please answer the question from the Miss Grand International. If there will be one single shot or vial of vaccine that is left, maybe let's say in the whole world, and what's left is it should be given either to a 15 years old kid or a 70-year-old senior citizen, and why? Who would you give that last shot of vaccine? All right, Mariel, let's see how you would answer this one.
As far as I know, people below the age of 18 are considered not safe yet to consume the vaccine because there has not been further research about it. So if I were given the chance to who to give the last vial of vaccine, I would choose to give it to the senior citizen. They may not be a part of the new generation, but they are a part of our community. And so therefore, they should not be left out and should still feel included by making sure of their safety. So that would be all. Thank you so much.
And congratulations, we have the winner of Miss Grand International. Wow, kudos to you, Mariel. You really did well. Any question that was thrown at you, you always have an answer. You are deserving talaga to be the Miss Teen Glam International. Can I ask this as well to these four beautiful guys out here? How about you guys? Just imagine this is only a video call, like classmates. Imagine we are friends, huh? I know we are friends, so please relax and don't pressure yourself, okay? I'm not gonna bite. Okay, here was the question, and I want to ask, what are your thoughts on this? If you're going to give one single last shot that was left in this whole world, and there are two people who are to receive this single shot of vaccine, COVID vaccine, huh? There is a 15-year-old kid and a 70-year-old senior citizen. Who would you give it? Litemba.
I will give it to a 15-year-old because
Why?
a 70 because a 70-year-old can die. He or she can die anytime.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Litemba. David, where are you? He went out
Oh,
because
Baka
he
nalobat.
felt that he's the next. Anyway,
Baka
i-cut mo
nalobat.
nga yun. Oo, siguro. All right. So he's going to give the 15-year-old because anytime that 70-year-old can die anytime. That's only an opinion, guys, ha. This is not for a factual answer. This is only our opinion. If ever there will be only a single shot. How about you, Vincent? Who you're going to give the single shot of vaccine? To a 15-year-old or a 70-year-old elder?
well, for me, uh, I would give it to the senior citizen.
All right.
because
Why?
because a 15-year-old, so we don't still have any vaccine for an 18-year-old below, and 15-year-old can be more productive and practice him or herself,
Mm-hmm.
to build his or her immunity level. But a 70 years old or senior citizen can't really move that much. So
Mm-hmm.
he or she or the senior citizen should be the one who will receive the vaccine, especially. So
All right. Thank you so much, Vin. So you're going to give it to a 70-year-old elder. It's okay. That is
Yeah.
a reasonable answer. And Lindral. Hi, David. Welcome back. What happened to
Hi.
you?
Oh, my internet's disconnected.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's
No
okay.
problem. All right. Let's move on. Lindral, who would you give this last single shot of vaccine? Sa 15-year-old o sa 70 years old?
Sa 70 years old po. Kasi
Bakit?
sa ang teenager po, malalakas po ang ano, sir,
Mm-mm. Immune system.
sta- stamina baka kasi ano, mag anuhan pa sila ng buhay.
Oh,
Babawi.
Oo.
Kasi
okay.
malalakas pa yung mga ano.
Yeah.
Okay, Mariel, what is he saying?
Okay, so Lindrov said that he would give the vaccine to a 70-year-old because if you compare the two individuals, the 15 years old person has a higher immunity level or system, so they have more chances actually of surviving the virus.
Mm,
However, Lindrov said that if you are a senior citizen, you're not that healthy anymore compared to
yes.
being an adult or a teenager. So he chose to give the vaccine to a 70-year-old instead.
Okay, that is also a reasonable answer. And actually, we have the same answer, Lindrop. And thank you so much for sharing that. It's only for my opinion din ha, because yes, I agree with younger people we have stronger immune systems, resistance, no? Health resistance compared to older people. They are vulnerable. Although we have the same, like, we are also vulnerable because we're young, but in case in what? Someone chat. Someone chatted me. He says he's sleepy. Who is who is this panel speaker who is sleepy tonight?
Vincent.
Don't worry, we're going to end this live after David answered this
Yes,
question.
your
I
turn.
I think I think David already. Oh, no, no, no. Okay.
No,
David
no, I
is
didn't.
going to be the last. Okay, David, who will you give the last vaccine shot? To a 15-year-old or a 70 years old, and why?
hmm So the vaccine what we have right now isn't allowed for people under 18 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be maybe dangerous to give them because it can happen things for their future. So I would also prefer the older one, the 71, because we have tested it enough so we can be sure there is no danger. And also we younger people have a better immune system than the older people.
All right. Thank you so much, David Ressler from Germany. So that is his opinion. Again, I repeat to all the viewers out there who are hearing our thoughts today, this is only a sample opinion from us on how we think on that question and answer that was given last night to the Miss Grand International Q&A portion. So that's all. Thank you guys. And Marielle, our panel moderator for tonight. Thank you so much for bringing again another exciting panel discussion that
Thank you so
features
much.
all boys talks. You are indeed a beauty queen with the substance. Oh yes,
Substance.
substance. Sorry. And thank you so much to our panel speakers who never give up this 2 hour talk. Thank you so much, guys. David Wrestler from
Congratulations,
Germany,
everyone.
thank you. Litemba from South Africa, thank you so much, bro. And Vincent from the Philippines and Lindrop, thank you so much for coming and sharing us your thoughts and messages to everyone. Before we go off the screen, please tell your message to all the kids and teens and adults as well. An inspiring message that you would like to share tonight, whatever it is. You can share it now. Let's go on first with Vincent.
Of course, to all the viewers out there, kids, adults, teenagers, uh, of course, this time, recently we received a kind of memorandum of the government that we're going to have an ECQ again. So let's let's just follow the rules, follow the policies, the what do you call this, the protocol. Yes, the protocol of having this pandemic right now is it is better. It's better to stay at home, be safe. Also, always follow your parents and you know take care always.
All right, thank you so much, Vin. That was a wonderful message to everyone. And next is Lindrath. Anong gusto mong sabihin sa lahat ng nanonood
Um,
sa atin ngayon, especially sa mga kabataan katulad mo?
just be yourself and never give up. Try and try until you succeed. You success.
Wait lang. Congratulations, pero parang wait lang, parang narinig ko na yan na. Parang nabasa ko yan sa mga Facebook posts. But anyway, thank you, Lindralph. And not all children out there, especially the teenagers who are like you, haven't heard that for a while. Simula nung pandemic, you are correct. Do not give up, guys. Just believe in yourself. Try and try until you succeed. Thank you so much. And Litemba, what message would you like to give to all our viewers for tonight before we go off the screen?
All I can say that people must be safe, must stick to the regulations, and must wear masks and sanitize their hands. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Litemba. Correct. Short and precise and on point. Thank you so much, Litemba. And David, what is your message to everyone that you here is watching tonight with us?
Yeah, it's a hard time now, but I think we all can success this. Just if you need help, just ask your friends or family. I'm sure they will help you. And yeah, stay strong, believe yourself.
All right, live yourself. I totally agree with that. Live yourself. You know, we cannot say if tomorrow we're gonna die. Even young people, I know a lot of people, my friends, who just suddenly have this shocking deaths, right, Marielle? Even our coach Rocky, I would like to remember him because if it's not because of him, Little and Tinglam International 2020 was not a blast as well last year. So yes, condolence to him and God bless to us everyone. Marielle, you are the panel moderator of this live panel discussion. Please state your message to everyone tonight.
All right. So my final message to all our viewers is number one, don't take life for granted. Because again, like what I mentioned earlier, life is too short. So if you have every chance in your life to do something good, then do it. If you want to, let's say, go for a dream, and if you think it feels impossible, Look deep within you and believe that you have what it takes. Because you will never really know when your time is, and you will never know if you will still get another chance at it. So if you're given an opportunity to succeed in your life, even if it's just being at home, like a work from home job, or let's say you want to take up your studies online, but yes, it's gonna be hard, but in every difficult path, there will always be a wonderful outcome. There will always be something to look forward to, no matter how hard life will get. So just take it day by day. And if you feel that this pandemic is too much for you, you can always um, distance yourself from it, focus on you, you grow. And lastly, I know this is a very cliche quote, and I know a lot of people have heard this already, but for me, I agree with the saying of living life to the fullest because you will never really know. When you live your life to the fullest extent in every single day, even if you're just here at home or at your room, I'm sure it
Mhm.
can be very fulfilling in the end. And in the future, you can share your experiences to other people to make them feel empowered and inspired. So, yeah, just take it one step at a time, and most probably you will get to where you need to be. So, thank you.
All right, and we have our winner for tonight's episode. We can all go home. Thank
We
you
are
so
at
much,
home.
Mariel. Oh yes, we are at home.
We are at home.
I did not realize. Sorry. Anyway, these guys below us, Mariel, are really quiet, silent, and serious. I hope you guys enjoy your days, especially to our morning guys, the Germany and the South Africa, Mr. Teen Glam. Thank you so much, guys, for giving us an opportunity to come and join us here on the panel discussion. Yes, and also to Vincent, happy birthday, and
Happy birthday,
thank you so
Vincent.
much for sharing your time with us. I know you are sleepy, and you also said to the private chat that you are hungry. And
Why?
sorry, sorry, I just read it. And you can now have your time to rest and watch Netflix. And also, thank you so much,
Yes.
Lindral, for giving us your time today. It is our first time to meet you, not on the
Virtual.
pageant, yes, but
Yeah.
on a just like friends talk. But the difference is this is a panel discussion. Thank you so much, Lindral, and I hope you good luck on the next Little and Teen Glam International, same as you, Litemba Tuta from South Africa.
Good luck,
Anyway,
everyone.
guys, my name
Enjoy.
is Mia. This is Mariel. We have David, Vincent, and Lindrop and Litemba signing off tonight. Goodbye, everyone, and good night.
Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great day
Bye.
ahead.
Yes.